Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, I just watched this video. You guys need to watch it as well. But oh my gosh, so many thoughts, so many thoughts. Because for one, the young lady in the video, so smart. She's on it like she's a type of like white girl where I'm just like, oh, okay, we can have brunch, we can chill, we can talk, we can spill all of the tea. And it's like she could teach me some things and I can possibly teach her some things, especially when it comes to the African American like component and with some of the history and like even concepts or the theologies of like the racism and things like that, blah 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 blah. But at the same time, I kind of wonder because I'm learning more and more how other countries learn more about African American history than we do. So she possibly knows a lot of the information I have had to learn outside of school. But oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. Go get a snack because you already know I take a while. Yeah, grab a snack, some petty tea. Let's go. Let's talk. And if you're new, I am the handicapable black woman. I talk politics, dating nightmares, and I wish one day I could just say dating, but it's all been a nightmare for me. I have over 450 episodes where and I have the receipts. Baby, I have the receipts. So it's like, and I keep saying I'm gonna load more, and I will. But I also need to, yeah. Oh, and just know that soon I'm not gonna put a time on it. Just like I keep saying, I'm gonna get back to doing the Reddit evaluations or my thoughts and spill that tea on that. But on the Handicapable Black Nerd, where I think I have like 10 episodes, and I haven't done an episode in over a year because I was trying to get this foundation, together. But I'm going to be talking about my small business that's in development, and then more about my writing and my projects, my goals, and even some like the science in some of the things I'm looking up because I like when it comes to my first novel, there it's not going to be true science. It's science fiction. Well, no, it's not. Okay, there is science fiction in it, but it's urban fantasy mystery. But with some of the science ideas, I I think that's another reason why, yeah, it's taking forever for mental health reasons because I'm literally diving into my past when it comes to the mental and physical ABUSC that I have literally had to face, and doctors refusing to pay me any attention to the point where it basically went so far where now I'm being punished for being born with a disability that they were too lazy to take care of or to assist me or to even do a simple test or to do so like I had, oh my gosh, like when I tell you guys I had to spend so much of my own money and then had to get help. Like, yeah, it's like you don't understand disability life or you don't understand the hurdles, especially when it's a rare disability and it's undiagnosed because doctors ignore you or don't pay you any attention. And in my opinion, because some of them are racist or they think they know what disability looks like. And that's another reason why I hope within the next 5 years, I can start doing tours at different medical schools and talk about my experience and how we should not judge disability by how someone looks. Because you do not know how many times I've been told, you don't look like anything's wrong with you. No, you just need to pray harder. You're too pretty to no, you're too pretty to walk like this. You're too pretty to have it. No. It's like I refuse this for you. It's like, oh, don't you want to get married? You're pretty. No, it's like, no, you need to get married if you walk like this. But then it leads to what my mom used to say. As long as you walk like that, no one's ever gonna want you, love you, or marry you. And then that kind of tunneled into that's why I dated such terrible men and I kept settling and everything like that. But it's really funny because my bishop's daughter today, about an hour ago, an hour or two ago, whatever. She just shared this thing on Facebook. Sometimes I just want to block her, but then I'm like, no, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. And yeah, it's really sad that I think the people from the church that I went to for over 25 years, I think close to, yeah, but are now closer to enemies, especially when it comes to politically and the patriarchy and the things that they try to teach us in that church, to the point where they try to brainwash me. And for a while it worked, because it's like if I did go against it, my mom would tell her, yeah, and see, and this is what, like, when it comes to freedom of thought, free, like, especially as a child at home, like a lot of religious parents, they don't give their child that freedom to evaluate and think past what the pastor says or bishop says or whatever. But anyway, it's like, okay, all of that is kind of a different subject for a different time. But yeah, oh, before I forget, yeah, she tried to send this video about women are settling, or women refuse to have a man that is decent or good right now. They want the King David, not the Shepherd David, and that women have too many expectations. And it's like, I was just thinking about doing a series talking about how I was punished because I settled. And I kept settling because of my walking, because of my disability, because everyone kept telling me that no one was ever going to want me or love me or marry me. And so I was trying to prove them wrong. So I kept settling. So it's like this, no, I was about to say this Miss Thing or whatever, but the bishop's daughter, she doesn't really know what she's talking about, because she's married, she has kids, and it's like, I think she met him at the when she was going through her schooling to be a pastor and everything like that. It's like, I'm not gonna say what state, because people are gonna be able to figure out and look it up or whatever. But anyway, it's like she doesn't understand when you end up getting the shepherd David, but then that shepherd David never wants to be a king. It's like that shepherd day. And I don't even, I hardly ever preach. If this is your first episode that you're watching, trust me, it's like, I don't like doing this, but it's like, but it's just frustrating how she doesn't understand that a lot of men are looking for women to take advantage of, either their body, their money, or their car, or just anything that they have of value, physically, mentally, financially. Like, that's what, like, a lot of these men, they don't care about us. They just want to use us. Even they want to use us as mates and servants and cleaners and babysitters too. Because when a man watches his kids, he calls it babysitting. When a mom does it, it's parenting. And so it's like, you don't really understand what a lot of women are going through. Because like I said in several episodes, I've wanted kids. I've wanted to get married. But then it's like, as you guys know, with Mr. Lakaki, I didn't want to date him. I didn't want to date him. And I even started talking about how I first met him. I think last week I posted that episode, either a week or a week before, whatever. But I only hung out with him because I was going through so much hardship at home, and my mind was so toxic. It's like, he was love bombing me, and I was like, you know what, at least I found a good friend, because I thought at first we would at least, be friends or whatever. But then he kept trying and trying and trying and trying or whatever, to the point where I'm just like, what, well, I guess I don't know. But then I realized all the lies he was saying. That's when he stole, yeah, I mean, yeah, go catch up or whatever. Because yeah, remember, he ran into the middle of the street, threatening his life if I wasn't going to date him. And then after that, it led to over 5 years of mental ABWC. And I will never, like, I wish I could forget those years. But anyway, it's like, I mean, that kind of leads to my subject and topic. But Just know, yeah, I spilled all of my tea. I talk about my health struggles, especially like one, even I'm going to start talking more about my mindset after I got diagnosed because you do not know, especially like it was during COVID that I got diagnosed because it's like for over 30 years, oh, nothing's wrong with you. You're making it up. You're lying. You want attention and all this other garbage or whatever. So to then, all of a sudden, now I need surgery. All of a sudden, oh, now something might be wrong. Oh, now something is suspicious. Oh, now we have to do all these tests. Yeah. So they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to believe me as a black person, as a black woman, especially as a black little girl. I kept being the one to blame because I didn't look the part, or I didn't have the image that they wanted to listen to. And when it comes to stereotypes, that's everywhere all of the time, and it's really annoying and frustrating because even like in this video, when it's like the young gentleman was asking the young lady, yeah, you should be doing more talks and debates to the right and everything like that. He didn't think about or consider like the thing like with women and stuff. It's like we kind of need to still feel secure and or not secure safe and security type of like we need a safe environment even if it's virtual because you don't know how many of these men are, especially these MAGA Republican conservative white men are. Some of them are black. I got screenshots of a few of them. And trust me, oh yeah, go through my episode because I'm probably going to post them on here too. And I'm going to get new ones on. I think I know, I think I've shown like the same 150 to 200. I think I have around 200 that I've been posting on the episodes. And I know I have at least 2 to 300 more. I will get to it. But if like I said earlier, I'm working trying yeah, the novel and the greeting cards and the candles and everything like that, or at least wax melts for right now. And then I'm gonna try to move up to candles, but baby steps, baby steps. So, but when like a lot of men especially don't realize how women we want to talk to you guys, especially like conservative Republican men, we would want to try, but it's like especially on the dating app, as you many of you know, november 20 November of 2022, after a terrible date or whatever, I got online and I changed up my dating profiles on a few of the apps or whatever, and I created a list of standards. The number one like standard was you cannot be a conservative, Republican, MAGA, or Orange Man supporting. And I have to say all of those because I have met men who are like, oh well, I'm kind of MAGA, but I'm conservative. I think I'm conservative. No, we're not compatible. How can you say that? You only said MAGA. Oh well, I'm Republican, not conservative. We're not compatible. You said mm-mm. So now I had to list all of them. I had to list all of them because a lot of these men try to twist it around and blame me afterwards. So, no, boo boo, can't blame me now, can you? So, but a lot of these men who see that one standard hate me so much. Yes, hate. It's like a lot of like yeah, the Republican Party might be filled with Christians, and that's a funny thing. I am a Christian, but I'm more spiritual Christian now because I'm seeing the patriarchy, the cruelty, the brainwashing, and just the cruel, awful, terrible hate within the Christian base. It's disgusting, but anyway, that's in my opinion though. That's just what I've noticed. Because also like a lot of the Christian men on the dating app, like yeah, some of them are the ones that call me the N word. Some of them are the ones that call me the B word, C word, P word, and all of the other like just disgusting words. The Christian white men. Yeah. Yeah, who's surprised? I'm not. And it's really funny when people say, "Oh, we're not racist. We're not a racist country. Oh no, well, Democrats are the one that promoted slavery back in the party switched." And see, and that's another thing, okay? It's like they want us to debate, they want us to have these talks, and they want us to try to relate with the right. But how can we relate to the right when our educational system has refused to teach them? And this is why I'm saying, like, in other countries, they know more about African American history than we are taught. So, like, you do not know how many times I have talked to people from Europe and Asia, and they start saying stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know this. Oh, okay. Yeah. And some of them are even talking about how their parents or grandparents, the things they were taught, especially about civil rights, especially about Black Panthers, especially about socialism, and how socialism can be an amazing thing if organized well, and how it partially failed in other countries, but it failed because of selfishness and other things that kind of like, but anyway, different topic, different day, but it's just a lot of them understand and see how our country has been severely racist and how they have learned a lot about like even the free lunch program and the history behind it. And as like also they know that a lot of our grandparents, a lot of our parents, either parents or grandparents, some of you, or no, yeah, with Generation Z, I'll say your great grands, just in case, they went through segregation and desegregation. It's like a lot of you, when you go to Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, you're sitting at a table. You're sitting at a table with people who know that part of that history because they lived it. Some of them might have even like thrown some of the food at the sit-ins. Some of them might have been spitting on some of my ancestors. You never know. Okay, so baby boo boos, like a lot of people from other countries know this stuff, and they know the hardships because in America, everyone like they teach slavery, but then they make sure they don't teach about the boomer generation. They want to make sure because a lot of them are still alive. And that's a funny thing. When I was teaching one of my college classes, and it was the anniversary of one of the greats within the heroes of the desegregation like era, and I was like, yeah, guys, guess what day it is and everything, and they were just they were like Harry Potter and all this other mess, and so when I said it, like a couple of them laughed at me, and one of them said, "No one is still alive that went through that." I'll repeat that. He had the nerve to say, "No one is still alive that went through that." So then when I told him, I was like, okay, well, yeah, my mom isn't, but that was cancer. But yeah, my dad is breathing. My dad, like, okay, if he's not, are you, if you're trying to say no one is, I better call him to double check and make sure, because from what I had, like, I just saw him this morning. And so, yeah, that's when a lot of them got quiet. And that's when I even told them, yeah, when you go home for Thanksgiving, make sure you ask, your mama, your papa, or grandma, whatever you call them. Yeah. And check, yeah, because they're alive. They went through it. Okay. And I was like, either, yeah, it's like, I was like, your grandma, your grandpa, because if it was my parents, it's probably your grandparents. And some of them got quiet, and oh, a couple of them went home and did ask. And one of them was shocked with what they said. So it's like people want us to just go up and talk to the people on the right when we need to do a better job with teaching because we're not teaching enough. It's like you guys teach about slavery, but then even we have that Purdue University garbage, in my opinion, is absolutely terrible, awful garbage. But yeah, because the way they try to talk about slavery, yeah, they don't talk about how they did science experiments on women without any pain relief or anesthesia. I mean, and so much of it too. They don't talk about, even for decades, for years, like they try to sterilize black women when after they came in for a kid or even a procedure or anything like that. They went in being able to have kids and walked out sterilized. Like, they don't talk about so much in our history, and they don't talk about how they dehumanized us. They just say, "Oh, they got through it. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, we're not going to give reparations. No, we went through it. It was years ago." Oh, excuse me. But it's like, you want us to talk to these people who, then when we try to talk about the history, and even when people write books about the history, remember 1619 Project? Yeah, I'm looking at my copy of the book right now. Uh, yeah. Do you know how many people, like, when I start bring like in debates, because when I during COVID I did do some debates on while streaming and everything, and some of those like some of the info in it. Oh, if you haven't read it, go read it. It's amazing. But do you know how many of the white Republican men who would, that's so stupid, that doesn't make sense, I don't care. It's like, but you Democrats, you guys are the real racists, and you guys are the ones that promoted slavery, and you guys are the one. It's just like, you do not know all of your history, or you only listen to what Fox News tells you. Yeah, the same company who had, like, what was that lawsuit? What was that lawsuit for? Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyway, they want us to like talk to these men, or they're like, well, Republicans, so men or women, but at the same time mostly the men, like, especially the people who listen to the Joe Rogan show. Because even dating, once I hear someone say that they like what, no, I'm just like, okay, no, I'm good. We're not compatible. That right there helps me know we will not, well, no, that's not gonna work out. But, and some people might say I'm closed-minded. Yeah, like, how many times has someone who listens to Joe Rogan tell me that black people just aren't smart? Black people just will never be as smart as Asian people, and that it's okay that black people don't get certain jobs because we will never be able to work for it. And then when I try to explain or tell how a lot of times we are like twice, triple, 10 times more qualified, but then we still don't get the job. Or if we do get the job, it's only because we're black. And they're like, well, you guys need a lot more training or a lot more credentials because it's like you guys weren't born as bright. But I'm like, if we weren't born as bright, but we went through all that education when a lot of people drop out, and also African American women are the most educated demographic in this country. But yeah, it's like, but I can't change their minds on that. It's like, even last week or the week before, I matched with a guy, and yeah, because he was like, because it's not even only Democrats, or it's not even just Republicans who are on the right, also some Democrat men, because there was this Democratic man we matched, we were talking or whatever, but he was trying to tell me that, like, oh yeah, black people, yeah, you guys can get your reparations, but you have to wait. And I'm like, how many hundreds of years more do we need to wait? And he was like, oh no, but it's like, don't you, and he is like, he starts gaslighting me or trying to say, but it's like, isn't like the healthcare more important? Isn't this more important? Isn't that? And I'm like, okay, well, okay, let's start with healthcare then. Okay, it's like, yeah, like with the minimum wage and also with that money, a lot of people would be able to go and get their health needs or be able to eat healthier. So a lot of the people that you're talking about with their health needs, they would be healthy enough to maybe not even have to go to the doctors in the first place next. And so then he got really mad at me because we, like, I think 4 or 5 different subjects. He's like, what about public transportation. What about this? What about? And each time I was just landing it, and yeah, he got irritated, and he told me that it's like he he couldn't deal with a woman that was able to come up with things as quickly. And I'm just like, oh, so you want an idiot? Okay, that's not. But then also, let me think of some other. Oh, like the black on black crime. A lot of, especially white men, a lot of white men on the right say this, and I don't. It's like they have to realize that the percentages between white on white crime and black on black crime is very, very small and minimal. And also, like, even a lot of people are telling the truth now, spreading the truth now, that it's like, it's not like some of the most violent cities and states are in red, like the red states. A lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them. And then, oh yeah, it's like one reason why I think it's 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 women pass away from like before like while pregnant and everything is because of the spouse. And yeah, it's like I'm not gonna like I forgot the percentages exactly, but if you look at the percentages, yeah, guess what? Yeah, guess what the demographic is? Yeah. Yeah, and then also look at the school shootings and yeah, I don't know, it's just so much that's like but then when I bring this stuff up and then even when it comes to jails, prison and things like that, how many men oh, no, I got to be specific. How many pale males, European American men, they get much smaller or much shorter sentences. And or oh, if I can find that story, there's one just happened earlier this year where this like young man was doing inappropriate things to a young girl for years, even to the point where they would be at the house and he would muffle her or hold his hand over her mouth so that the family members wouldn't hear what he was doing with her or whatever. But I think he was supposed to do like 5 to 10 years in prison. And somehow, some way, they negotiated down. But guess how much they negotiated down? I believe it's like 130 days or 30 days to 130 days, something like that, something crazy. And just, yeah, just the thought of days, not years, not years, days. And I think he did this for about 5 years, 5 plus years, whatever. And it's like, because I think the judge was like, oh, well, he's about to start college. He's a young man. Do you know how many black young men you guys send to prison easily? You don't give that second chance to. You don't give that second chance to. Why not? Why not? Let us know. I want to know. I really, really, really want to know. I'm curious. I'm suspicious. But it's like, because even look at those numbers. And look at the amount of times of how many African Americans have been eliminated from this earth, and then the people who eliminate them, oh, all of a sudden, oh, uh, we, well, we just have to let that go. It's like let's just pray or whatever, or well, oh, like this black person, oh, well, she was dating a criminal, or he was addicted to this or that, or he like, but. Mm, so it's okay when you eliminate a black person. And then they always want to put the blame on the black person. But then, okay, look at the school eliminators or whatever. A majority of them are European American, right? Right? But yeah, they always want to say, oh, it was mental health. Oh, it wasn't his fault. Oh, he had a bad day. Oh, just, and it's like, all of a sudden, no, the blame is off of the person who did the crime. Yeah, but they don't want to debate that. They don't want to look at that reality at all. It's pretty crazy, pretty ridiculous, right?
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much
listening
for
to the
listening to the
Handicapable Black
Handicapable
Woman
Black
Throne
Woman
Room.
Throne Room.
I am a
I am a
woman,
woman,
I am of
I am of
color,
color,
and I
and
am
I am
handicapable. But
handicapable.
most
But most
importantly,
importantly,
I am
I am
human and
human
you're
and you're
human
human
too.
too.